Hello and congratulations on your exhibition at the upcoming virtual event. On behalf of LabRoots, we are very excited to be working with you and putting together your virtual booth for the upcoming virtual event. At this point, you should have received your booth materials, which contain the booth grid that we will be covering. This video will take you through your booth grid. The booth grid contains sections you will fill out with your company's information and then send to us along with any virtual booth assets such as logos, images, PDF documents, videos, and anything else we might need to build out your virtual booth. Not all fields or sections are mandatory, but all of it is recommended to make your booth look and feel more interactive. Let's get started. The first page of the booth grid is a general overview. There is a field here to enter your booth's objectives to help us understand what you want to achieve with your booth in this virtual event and allow us to make any recommendations that may be helpful to you in achieving your booth objectives and goals. Below the objectives field is a table of contents for your reference, and below that is the Hightail upload link where you'll be able to upload your booth grid once you have completed it, as well as any files we'll need for the booth building process. Pages 2 and 3 contain the virtual booth reference overview of design elements, information, and features. Please use this as a reference guide to help you identify the sections that you are working on in the booth grid. The first section of the booth grid is the company contact information. Please keep in mind that this is the information an attendee who visits your booth will find if they have any questions or inquiries, and not what the booth builder would use to contact you with any questions or concerns during your booth building process. Section 2 is the About Us field, where you have up to 2,000 characters maximum, including spaces, to describe your company. We can also hyperlink URLs to send attendees out to an external site where they can view more information about your company. Section 3 is the booth template and booth floor. You'll first need to take a look at the booth template images to choose from on pages 9 through 12 and floor options on page 14. Once you've selected your booth and floor, you can fill in the booth template number and floor number so your booth production builder knows which templates to use to build out your booth. Section 4 is the booth background and windows. You'll find the background options on page 15 and window options on page 14. Please fill in your selections in Section 4. Section 5 is the booth chat features. You can select one or all of these booth chat features depending on what you are looking for. The choices are public chat, one-to-one chat, private chat, video chat, virtual badge, chat queue, and info card. The public chat is something we do standardly across the board for all booths, but this is still an option whether you want to include it or not. Public chat is where all attendees and all booth reps can chat in one area and will be seen by anyone and everyone who visits your booth. This is a great way to start up conversations and from here take an attendee into a private chat depending on what they are looking for and questions they may have. One-on-one chat and private chat features allow attendees and a live booth representative to connect directly, but the private chat will not save any transcripts. We now offer a video chat option for a more personal conversation. A virtual badge is a great option if you decide not to include any live virtual booth representative on the live event date. When an attendee clicks on the virtual badge, a notification will be sent to an email of your choice, where you'll then be able to follow up via email with an attendee. A chat queue is helpful if you do have a live virtual booth representative on the live event date. When the attendee clicks on the chat queue, they will be added to the queue of waiting attendees in the virtual booth representative dashboard, where a representative will be able to see who is waiting to chat and from there engage in a chat with an attendee. And lastly is the info card. This is a cool feature which allows attendees to see more information on the representative who they might be chatting with. This information can be helpful to an attendee if they have a specific question or inquiry and can contact that representative directly. On page 5, step 6 is social media. You can choose up to 5 social media sites that your company might be signed up on to provide within your booth for attendees to click on. This will take an attendee to an external window outside of the event, so please keep that in mind. You can choose from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, or enter any social media site not listed here. Section 7 is the booth representative sign-up. We will need the first and last name of your booth representatives, as well as their email addresses to get them set up on the back end and give them access prior to the virtual event date so that they can get familiar with the booth representative dashboard. Section 8 is the booth representative image. You find all the reference booth rep image options on page 16. Fill in the rep number you selected, or you can use a custom rep image. Specifications are listed if you would like to use an image that is not provided in the booth grid or would like to personalize it and provide an image of a person who works at your company. Sections 9, 10, 11 are the small screen and large screen options. You'll see that located within each booth template are 2 small screens and 1 large screen. You can place a static image within each screen, which can be clickable to a click action, a content screen, a rotating banner, or a doorway link. A click action allows a screen to be clickable to an external URL or a single piece of content. Keep in mind that external URLs can be opened up in an iframe or can send an attendee out to a new window. A content screen would open a content window where attendees can view multiple pieces of content, such as web links, PDF documents, videos, and webinars that can be listed. The rotating banner consists of multiple images that can also be clickable only to an external URL but cannot link content. Lastly is the doorway link. A doorway link will send attendees to a separate area in the virtual environment. For any questions on click action customizations, please inquire with your sales representative. Section 13 is the booth greeting. This option is a great way to greet attendees, which is automatically shown to visitors who enter your booth the first time. If they were to leave and come back another time, they would need to click on the booth greeting to view it again. The greeting can include an image or logo and audio, or a welcome video. The specifications are listed below each option. Section 14 is logos and custom colors. We'll need your website logo and booth logo. The booth logo is the most important, and the specs for each are listed. You can also choose the primary and secondary colors that we can inject within your booth. We'll just need the hex or RGB code for your primary and secondary colors to adjust within the booth template that you chose. Section 15 is the broadcast messages. This option lets you schedule one announcement event-wide per day and can be linked to your booth. Please contact your sales representative if you want to schedule more. Pages 7 and 8 are your booth assets. Section 16 are the web links to any external or company URLs that you would like to provide in your booth for attendees to visit. We'll just need the web link title, a description, and URL. If you have more URLs that can be listed in the booth grid, you can create a separate file such as a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet of the additional web links for your booth. Section 17 is the literature. All PDF documents are listed here with the category, the title, description, and file name to match it with the appropriate literature title. Section 18 is the presentation or webinars. This is the area where you can provide a link to your presentations or webinars or your video files. We'll just need your presentation title, description, and either URL to webcasts such as YouTube or Vimeo, or the actual file name for your .mov, .mp4, .mpeg, or .wmv files. This last section is a survey that your attendees can take within your booth. Option 1 allows you to provide the URL to an existing survey you have already built. Option 2 allows us to build a survey for you through SurveyMonkey with the survey title, questions, and answers you provide. On behalf of LabRoots, we are excited to be working with you in putting together your company's virtual booth for the upcoming virtual event. Thank you.